Welcome to the Digital Drummer, Jim Newsom with Urban Tech Talk on the radio. This is the official radio broadcast of the Urban Tech Fair. I'm Jacqueline Taylor Adams, your co-host for this moment in time. And we'd like to thank everyone for tuning in to the Digital Drummer. We have been having some wonderful shows. We ask that if you enjoy the show, then please do us a favor and share it. Share it, say, hey, listen to this, check this out. Did you know so-and-so did this? Let's help and support one another, sharing the information and just engaging one another. Now, since we are here on Internet Radio, let's just take advantage of this Internet Radio. And I'd love for you, if you're near your computer, if you're on your phone, if you could please open up another window so that we can follow along and learn about our guest. Just visit www.jasonamore.com. That's JasonAMoore.com. Jason A. Moore. And Jason A. Moore is our special guest. He is an author, activist, and techpreneur. And while we're going to learn all about Jason, we are focusing in on today two things. He's just released a new book, and his latest release is called Internet Entrepreneurship 101 for African Americans, Practical Methodologies to Achieving an Internet Business. And with that, what is coming up next in 5 days on July 26th, we have a book signing in MeetUp in Chicago, and the Urban Tech Fair is one of the sponsors. And with that, we're also going to do the Urban Tech Fair. We're going to do a Google Hangout. So if you can't be in Chicago, you can still network with us, connect with people, and learn more about Jason and entrepreneurs right there in Chicago, in the Chicago area. So please, these are the two things we're going to be checking out, and we ask for your support. So no further ado, I'm going to bring on our special guest, Jason A. Moore. Hi, Jason.
Hi, Jacqueline. How are you?
I'm doing great. How are you, sir?
I'm doing excellent, and thank you for having me on tonight. I really appreciate you having me on.
All right. Well, we appreciate you. So, Jason, though you've been on the show before, it's been a while, and we probably have a new audience, new great people. So the world wants to know, who is Jason A. Moore?
All right. Well, I am a graduate of Howard University. I majored in business with a concentration in information systems and analysis. I graduated around the turn of the century, so I don't want to really say too much about that. That might give away my age. But since then, I've worked for several Fortune 500 companies and have had several Internet-based startups, some more successful than others. And most recently, I have, like you have mentioned, I've written the Internet Entrepreneurship 101 for African Americans, and I'm very proud to say that that I got that project off the ground, and I'm really excited with helping people learn more about my book on the show tonight.
Okay, great. So I'm still going to dig in a little bit in your background. I know you said you attended Howard and HBCU, and you also have a nonprofit called Unite for Action. Is that correct?
That is correct.
So tell us about that.
Yes. Okay. Unite for Action was really something that I started last year, right around August, late July, August. So coming up on the 1-year anniversary. And really what I wanted to do was bring certain economic empowerment issues to the forefront, via content, whether it be articles, videos, and things of that sort, based on the Claude Anderson Powernomics principles. After reading that book, that was one of the many inspirations for starting this organization. I just really wanted to do more in the community, with different partnerships and speaking engagements at my alma mater as well, and just in the community in general. One of the things that I aim to do this year, and probably it'll extend into next year, is some youth mentorship program establishment. So I'm looking to partner with big brothers and big sisters to do that. I've already had some conversations with them, and they're on board. It's just a matter of getting everything into play with them. So I'm looking forward to doing that, just really giving back to my community. I'm very excited. And then I have a few other things in the fire, so to speak, with some other organizations, namely Black Wall Street International, who is also gearing up to take the world by storm and help the black community from a business perspective and financial services perspective. And I'm just really excited about all the energy and things down the pipeline.
All right. Well, it sounds really great. So that's the activist in you. So you're also a tech entrepreneur. I know you teach. I've seen you do HTML classes, and I know you build apps. So tell us about the tech in you.
Okay. Well, that's something that I really did in the beginning of my career, and it's kind of grown from there. I started out as a programmer for Kraft Foods for about 6 years. I was in the research and development department there, and I worked with a lot of scientists and engineers on different initiatives there. And really, as far as my internet entrepreneurship, I have my main website is Intelligent Search Agents, and that's basically a newer version of what LinkedIn could have been or should have been. It's really cutting edge, and I invite all of your listeners to go check out that website. It's a good site for networking. Intelligent Search Agent. Yes, it's Intelligent Search Agents. www. Search Agents.
AGENTS.
Yes.
.com. Okay.
Yes.
And you say this is a social network like LinkedIn should have been?
Yes. It's basically, you can join for free, both job seekers and job providers. You can find resumes that are dispersed through the major search engines, that are indexed through the major search engines. I built the core technology several years ago, about 2010, and then I've since had it translated into a web-based platform. It was a downloadable software platform at first. So the core technology is there, and I built a community, e-commerce, and community component around the core technology. So it's really one of my, babies, so to speak, and I really plan to do great things with it.
Okay. And what about Buzz? Isn't that one of your websites as well?
Yes.
With your brand?
Buzz E-commerce Consulting is something I started back in 2007. And basically I've had miscellaneous projects. I've worked with nonprofits and skincare companies and, different companies on various projects. And that's actually gone pretty well. And I guess a spin-off of that is actually QuickApps.us, which is more of a partnership between me and another team who actually does the core work, but I'm more of a project manager because, I understand the technical aspects and the jargon, so on and so forth. So that's more of a partnership, a budding partnership, I would say, to do apps like you had mentioned. Quick, QUICK, apps, APPS, .us.
Okay. Quick apps. what is the website for Buzz, and also what do you do with Buzz Consult? I know you say you consult with companies, but don't you do SEO? What are the various different things that you do?
Okay, with Buzz E-commerce Consulting, I do, in addition to e-commerce marketing, website design development, SEO, those type of things. It's also business consulting thrown in there as well. So, I mean, people get, they get their hand held from start to finish on a project with Buzz E-commerce Consulting, basically. So, yeah, the sky's the limit. I mean, I have a very good technical background, and that's actually segued into marketing, online marketing, digital marketing. So all those elements and channels I'm very well versed in, So I pretty much, like I said, I hold the client's hand from start to finish, helping them on projects, whether big or small.
Okay.
And if I can't handle it with Buzz E-commerce, then I just hand it over to my sister company, Quick Applications, and we handle it from there. So, the client will always win in the end, basically.
Okay, that's great. Now, just one more thing. I want to get to your teaching. I know you've taught various classes. So, have you always taught, or you just taught a few classes, or that's part of your, your activism, or how did the teaching come about?
Well, over the years, I've done junior achievement. I've spoken in front of classes, on different career activities, and given them different insights. So just that type of work had initially gotten the fire started for me. And then more recently, I did some speaking engagements at Howard University in front of different fraternities, business fraternities. I'm also part of a business fraternity, International Fraternity of Delta Sigma Pi, and we did a program not too long ago with that group, and then for Udemy. On Udemy.com, I have a couple of courses up there, one for basic and advanced HTML lessons, another one on creating a successful online business. So if you search for my name on Udemy.com, UDEMY.com, you can find my active courses there. And I'm also putting together some curriculum for BWSI. So definitely have a lot of experience, or quite a bit. I won't say a lot, but quite a bit of online teaching experience. And I suggest that if anyone's interested in learning a new skill, to check out my courses.
Okay. Well, so you have extensive experience, and the reason why I just wanted to pull out, that part of your background was just to lay the groundwork, and so that everyone could understand about your book and, why you're the one to write this book. So, first, give us the title of the book again. Tell us generally what's this about, and then, well, first, just give us the title of the book, and then I'd just like to know, why did you choose to write this book?
Okay. Well, the book is titled Internet Entrepreneurship 101 for African Americans, Practical Methodologies for Achieving an Internet Business. And really, I was inspired to write this book because, I really want, I've always, this has always been my MO, giving back to the community. And, I could have, did it more for dollars and made it more general for everyone. But I really wanted to be from, our perspective, for us, by me. And for us by me, and, just really giving back to the community, and hopefully that I can motivate and inspire, some within our community to engage in internet entrepreneurship and e-commerce, and really build the next, Google or Facebook. I know we have all the talent in us, but, we really have to get we have to be able to take risks to become entrepreneurs, basically.
Okay. And so what do you feel is, for African Americans, what part of that, because, business principles are business principles, but what do you provide that will help an African American person?
Well, basically, as an African American, I give my first-hand experiences in the book. I start out with the historical analysis of African American entrepreneurship and invention, and then I really kind of intertwine my experiences, in the material to kind of give people, a framework or something to work with that they can really understand and absorb.
Okay, so I guess one of the key things, like you mentioned, you start out with showing our history, basically, of entrepreneurship and innovation and creation.
Yes.
Okay, so for the person, I know there was a book called Think and Grow Rich, which many of us know, but Dennis Kimbrough wrote a version which was authorized by the Napoleon Hill Foundation called Think and Grow Rich, A Black Choice. And it is the Think and Grow Rich, but again, he uses, quotes and descriptions and things from black persons and uses stories from African Americans, success stories, relevant stories, to let us know that it's possible, others have done it, and so we can do it as well. And what else do you find are some other unique challenges that we as African Americans have?
I think, just like I said, I think when it comes to business, I think financing is probably one of the biggest hurdles that we face. We have a lot of good ideas. And right now it seems like we're giving all our labor to, the white establishment and our ideas. And, that might get you a job, maybe not permanently, but the thing about entrepreneurship is, you own your destiny. You own your own destiny with internet entrepreneurship specifically. And the reason why I say internet entrepreneurship is because the cost of getting up and running, on the internet is far less than doing a brick and mortar. So, that's where you can gain a easier competitive advantage if you adhere to sound business principles. So not only is funding a challenge, also I would say sometimes with African-American businesses, we have a challenge with customer service and really, going above and beyond what the client expects and making sure that we have a quality product that doesn't cost too much and, they're getting the service. So sometimes we have a challenge with that. So that's another aspect that I think we could work on and hopefully get better at.
Okay. And do you address any of these in the book? To, as people preparing for their business, do you, address being cognizant of their customer service and the model that they're building?
Oh, yes, I do. Specifically, I do talk about, how to fund, your business and, common pitfalls to avoid when operating an internet business. And so I have, spoken about, customer service as being very important, in the book, important element to your business. I also explain or at least pose the question, is internet entrepreneurship right for you? And then another aspect I go into is, internet entrepreneurship versus a day job, giving that comparative analysis. So, I cover, quite a bit in the book. I don't ramble on either. It's only 80 pages, but it's 80 pages of very good material that you're not going to find anywhere else. And it's based on, over 14 years of entrepreneurial and corporate Fortune 500 experience. So you're going to get, if you read the book, it doesn't cost that much. It's not breaking the bank, People are going out buying, $100 and $200 shoes for the kids. Well, why not take, $15 and buy a book that's going to help a child for many years to come, or a $50 video game, is something that parents would easily buy for their kids. I think one of those video games grossed like $1 billion in 1 month, and I'm sure that African Americans had their hand in helping that video game, reach those astronomical numbers. So if we just take a little bit of those funds and divert them to learning, I think we could do some good with it.
Okay, I definitely agree with you. So as we are here, if you want to look at the book, learn more, purchase it, go to www.jasonamore.com. If you go there, you can purchase the book. It's available as well on Amazon, but you can get to the Amazon purchase there, as well as the upcoming event. You'll see the information there at the Chicago bookstore. If you purchase the book from the event, you get the exclusive rate of $14.99 if you purchase it from the event, and that's exclusive rate that's coming from everywhere. So you'll be supporting not just the author, but you'll be supporting a black-owned bookstore in Chicago if you do your pre-order. And books that are purchased via the event, they will be shipped out. If you cannot attend and pick up your book, then they will be shipped out on there will be shipping fees applied, and then they will be shipped out after the 26th. That following Monday they'll be shipped. So let's talk about the book signing in the Chicago we're in. I mean, everything that's been going on with you in this book, Jason, you were just interviewed with Fisk University Radio, correct?
Yes, that is correct, and that's a great bunch. That was my first interview with them and interaction with them beyond getting things set up, and I had a lot of fun. Including your interview, I've done a few in the last month or so. And the Fisk interview was definitely a very fun interview, very candid. So I was very fortunate to get that interview with that audience.
Okay. So, and did many of the students tune in?
Well, there was one caller that did call in, and she expressed her gratitude for having me on the show and them covering that topic. So, I mean, I don't know how many callers they had in the queue, but they had a lot of questions they really wanted to ask me as well. So, I think they wanted to focus more on the questions, but they had a giveaway where they would give away some of my books to some of the callers. So that was actually a good thing that some people called in. Great.
So, so what do you feel about, is enough entrepreneurship taught in schools, even at the college level?
Well, when I went through, it really wasn't. I mean, to be honest, I had to really teach myself how to do a business plan, because I went through 4 years of business school and didn't take one class that really went over how to do a business plan. I thought that was, like 101, something very basic that you should learn. Hello, business school, learn business plan, learn how to do your own thing, But I think business schools, especially a lot of them at the HBCUs, are really created to help blacks assimilate into the wider culture, unfortunately. And I mean, they give you some of the tools, I would say, that you can transfer if you do decide to go on your own, but I don't think they really stress that enough. They don't give you the option until you go and get into the MBA realm. Now, the MBA realm might have more entrepreneurship classes, because at that level you you might be tired of working, the regular 9 to 5. But I think at the basic level, I think it's actually a very good idea to work for a company first before you venture out, unless you have, massive amounts of funding, I think it's a good idea to work for a company first to get that insider experience, that it's going to take you a while to learn on your own, dealing with different types of people and different groups and different leadership challenges. So actually, I can see why that might be a good strategy, and I'm not knocking it. But at the undergraduate level, there doesn't seem, like I said, it doesn't seem to be a lot of entrepreneurship training.
Yeah. Well, I know that. I think that's in a lot of schools across the board. I mean, it's much more relevant now, but a poet named Tommy Bottoms out of Atlanta, he did a poem called Basic Economics. I know I talk about it a lot, and Jim loves the poem, so he posts it a lot. But he did his Deaf Poetry Jam, and he broke down the American, economic system in a 3.5-minute poem. And he did it in street vernacular. And so you would see USA Today and Freakonomics and all of them, they were trying to decipher the vernacular, the street vernacular, break it down. But in one of those posts, one of the gentlemen said, I went to 4 years of a school and learned what you just broke down in 3.5 minutes. It took me a 4-year degree to learn. So that is kind of an American problem that, for a long time, and then they weren't teaching entrepreneurship, not teaching about money. And one thing I want to just share with you, when you were talking about necessarily starting a job, that can depend. I did a career day for fourth graders a few years ago. My little one was little, so this might have been in the later 90s. And I did a career day at his school, and I was teaching them the rule of 72. And for those who may not know, the rule of 72, if you divide your interest rate by 72, that will tell you how often your money will double. And so at that time, the market wasn't doing so bad, so you at least were getting more percentages on a standard bank account, averaging 9 to 12% on mutual funds and all. But I taught them the rule of 72 and told them how they could, take money, because when we used to go to school, we used to bring our little money to banks, had your bank account. It would show you your money, what interest you did in your passbook account. And I said, now I know you're asking, but what can we do to earn money outside of allowance? I was like, well, you can do things like, how many people know elderly people? I said, I'm pretty sure you think I'm only 9 years old. I can't work. There's nothing I can do. I said, but how many people know someone elderly on their block? And they all raised their hand. I said, well, you can help them out. You can sweep up, go to the store for them. Girls, if you know how to shampoo hair, you can shampoo and braid the ladies' hair or comb their hair for them, grease the scalp. These are just things you can do. You can help them straighten up. So I was like, these are just some simple things when it snows out, or just, somebody that needs help. See what you can do maybe to just help out, especially some elderly people. And then I asked, the class, of course, was majority African-American, except for a couple. But this one boy, Italian boy, I asked him, who knows how money works? The boy raises his hand. He says, either for you or for someone else. And that was such the correct answer, because that was the answer I was going to give. I couldn't believe he gave it. But his dad was a plumber. He had his own business. So he grew up with entrepreneurship. So there are, times where young people grow up with it and they see it. And so, it's not like something new, once they gain it. So sometimes they have pre-experience before actually working a corporate job, because they grew up in an environment and they have been, they have lived off of entrepreneurship.
Right, exactly.
So I just wanted to share that story when you said that. And
awesome story.
So it's never too young. Definitely don't have to wait to get to the college stage, and I think it's important. And you say the youth, but it's no longer are we able to teach our youth outside of our adults, because you teach the youth and they go home with no support because there's not enough knowledge base to support. So as we, get that book for your youth, for your young person, that adults should read it as well, that families should read it. Let's learn a little bit about entrepreneurship. Is there something we can do as a family? Maybe a family can get together and have an internet business. It doesn't have to be anything super, life-changing, super great. It could just be something basic to get us started. But it's a great thing and a way for the families to learn to work together. And as you stated, internet entrepreneurship is much less costly to engage than a standard brick and mortar.
Exactly. Another, I just wanted to interject here. Another good thing about internet entrepreneurship and having an internet-based business is that if you need to pivot, if you need to make some major changes in the way you do operations, it might be the look and feel of your website or just, a different business model, it's easier to do it online and make those changes and pivot rather than a brick and mortar, outfit. So I just wanted to kind of throw that in there as well.
Yes. And I'm pretty sure young people today could teach the adults a whole lot about using the technology as far as the internet. And, they can really show them what's relevant, how to use it, and how to, engage the mobiles and the various different things. So, I think it's really good an idea of family projects because it gives an opportunity for the young people to teach as well as the adults to teach. But I think it may be a way that everybody can come together at the same level, and young people not always feel so disempowered, but that they're actually contributing.
Mhm.
So, are you doing any work when you work with the Boys and Girls Club? Will you be doing any work around that, around teaching entrepreneurship?
Well, specifically back when I did work with Boys and Girls Club. That was just more reading fundamentals and tutoring of that sort. That was back when I worked at Kraft Foods. But with Big Brothers, Big and Big Sisters, I would definitely, I'll have a full curriculum. I plan to have a full curriculum, and I do want to teach the principles of entrepreneurship. Maybe I'll use my book as a model. I'm still kind of putting things together there, and I definitely do need some help in that area with getting things, coordinated. So.
Yeah. I want to give a shout-out to Cynthia Frazier, who always supports the Digital Drummer, and she's in this chat room. And Cynthia, if you can, take a moment and give me a website to shout out for you so everybody can check Cynthia out. And so let's just, get on to this event on our Google Hangout. Now, understand, this book signing and Chicago meetup, if you can't get to Chicago, you can join the Google Hangout. If you want to be able to participate, that means if you want to speak, you need to go right now, go to jasonamore.com and join the event. It's free. It's free to join, or you can purchase a book. Either way, we will have the information and send you a direct link so that you can also participate and not just watch it. If you'd like to be able to talk and share, we must have your email in order to send the invite to you. So you need to do that by Tuesday, because by Wednesday, the Google Hangout will be set up and it'll be going out. And when we set it up, we have to, all the participants' emails we need to have. So again, go to www.jasonamore.com, and you'll see there about the Chicago meetup and book signing. And just click on that, and you join or you purchase the book at a special rate, because it's the $14.99 is a special rate only available through Afriware. Other than that, it's $19.99. Or you can get it discounted for $17-something, I think, on Amazon. But if you want to save some money, get it right now. And so, Jason, tell us about, how you connected with Afriware, and tell us about Afriware and the meetup and all of that good stuff.
Okay, great. I was hitting the ground hard thinking of different ways to promote my book and get it in the bookstores. And so I reached out to the owner of Afriware via, I think it was email initially, and she thought that the topic of my book was very appealing, and so she asked me for a review copy of the book so she could check it out and see if it would be something that she could offer her customers. And so I sent her a free review copy, and she really loved the book. She thought it was definitely relevant, and she had suggested that maybe we do a book signing to kind of get my name out there sometime. This is, one of my bigger releases, I think, and it's very relevant to the community. So I agreed to that. And so, over the last few months, in coordination with yourself, Jacqueline, we've been turning out this event, getting the ideas situated and formulated. And here we have the event that's going to be next Saturday from 3 p.m. to 6 p.m. Central Standard Time. I'm very happy and excited about it. I haven't been to Chicago in years, although I worked there while I worked at Kraft Foods. So it'll be good to get back and see some old faces. And also, I think Maggie Anderson will be helping me to promote the event. She might even show up. So if you guys want to see Maggie Anderson close up,
All right. So share with everyone in case they don't know who Maggie Anderson is.
Okay, well, Maggie Anderson, she did the empowerment experiment several years ago where she bought black in the Chicagoland area for a whole year. She got all this media attention and fanfare from different organizations and news outlets. It was very big, and so now she's doing the new empowerment experiment where she's trying to get 1 million black consumers under one roof, so to speak, to be a force to be reckoned with, so that we're taken more seriously in the corporate and business world. So she's got, a very big network and very good following, and I've been working with her on some initiatives as well. So, we kind of scratch each other's back, and she's been, helping me, and I'm very thankful for that.
Well, that's great. That is great. So all of those out there in Chicagoland, can you tell them where Afriware is?
Yes.
Afriware do you have access to that now? Information, I'm sorry.
I know it's in Maywood. It's on 1st Street.
1701 South 1st Avenue.
1st Avenue, yes.
Yeah, Maywood, Illinois. So where's Maywood to Chicago? It's right outside Chicago?
Yes, I believe it is a south suburb.
Okay. So it's a south suburb of Chicago. So you can go to Afriware. That's AFRIWARE.net. And you can, check them out online as well. And so what other special things are you going to have? Are you doing some giveaways, anything?
Yes, we have Rebecca Jenkins. We have an entrepreneurial poster. So we have a giveaway to one lucky, person in attendance, and that should be exciting for that person.
So
Rebecca.
That's for the people who purchased the book. You draw from those. Okay, great.
Exactly. So make sure you get the book. That's the key. Get the book. You're supporting, a good effort by a black author, and it's great information that you can take with you forever, and that you can apply in many aspects. So not only business, but also in your personal, professional life. So, there's some good tidbits of knowledge in there from that perspective.
Okay. So, yes, please, everyone, because you're not, you're actually supporting a collaboration. You're supporting the bookstore. You're supporting the author. And by purchasing a book, especially at a book signing, it helps shows the bookstore that the author has an audience for the book. And then the bookstores, they're willing to purchase the author's book. So that's why book signings are very important for authors and them getting their books distributed in stores, because it's not the way it used to be back in the 90s. Bookstores don't just automatically order books because they've come out. There's so many more books. So, part of the authors.
And I read somewhere that, there's over 300,000 new books that come out each year. So it's a very competitive market,
Yeah, so that's how you can really help by purchasing the book. You can go to the Eventbrite. Like I said, if you go to jasonamore.com, you'll see the event. You'll see the link. It is also on Facebook, but all the social networks you can access from his website at jasonamore.com. But if you purchase it through the Eventbrite, call and purchase it from Afriware, come down and purchase it during a book signing so you get your signed copy. And if you purchase it through the Eventbrite, those copies will all be signed. Even if it has to be shipped to you and you can't attend, they will. Jason will make sure that he signs all the books that are purchased before he leaves, and therefore they'll be sending you a signed copy. And then the good thing, you get to participate on a Google Hangout. Everybody who purchases a book, they'll get to introduce themselves. If they have an existing business, they'll be able to speak about their business. They'll be able to share a little bit on a Google Hangout. So, everyone attending, you don't have to get an invitation, because the Google Hangout will be just sitting right. It'll be open there, and so they'll just bring you to the computer or to the screen, and you'll be able to share a little bit about yourself and about your business. So it's definitely a networking event. So come out and network with one another, see how we can support. And this is just a mini example of a collaboration, which we do all the time, and we support one another. But Jason and Rebecca Jenkins are two members of Urban Tech Fair. And Jason wrote a book on entrepreneurship. Rebecca is, working on moving full-time to Chicago, but she's been in Chicago for the past couple years. And so she's working on her way back, and she actually wanted to attend, but she got a gallery showing. So as an artist, she did her gallery showing, but they have the poster Entrepreneur that Rebecca designed. And, Cynthia said Rebecca's an awesome designer, and she's a great visual artist as well, but she designed a poster to motivate entrepreneurs. So Jason got the poster. He's going to give it away to one person who's purchased the book. They'll also get a poster. So it's just exchange. We're helping and supporting one another. And then don't forget about Afriware Bookstore. We really need to support our black bookstores. So you'll be able to also see a little Afriware. You'll get to, hear Jason speak. You'll get to see the people, and you'll get to experience Afriware. So if there's any special books you may have wanted, if you don't have a black bookstore near you and all, you can always go online and check out Afriware. So again, it's a way that we support one another. You can tune into, if you can't come out, if for some reason you can't purchase the book right now, it's no problem. You can attend for free, and you can still be part of the Google Hangout. But you have to go to the Eventbrite and sign up. So then that way we'll have your information. So thank you, Cynthia. Did I get your websites correct, Cynthia? I did post her website in a chat room. That's techdivasoncorked.com and girls.geek.com. So she said I got them right. Great. And we are working on Cynthia has some great things in all her author, but she has a great networking event she does called Tech Divas and Cork, and the Urban Tech Fair. We're going to partner with Cynthia in order to get her brand out. We're going to partner with Cynthia and do a networking event at each of the Urban Tech Fairs. And so it will take the shape of a Tech Divas Uncorked, but I think men will be also allowed, won't they? But it'll be a networking event, and it'll be, great, and one will happen at every Urban Tech Fair. And we just want to showcase, our great talent that we have and great businesses, and also showcase how do you support one another. We could have just put on an event, or we actually needed to do one. I hadn't even thought about it, but I was like, hey, you have this, and it'll be another opportunity and way for us to also showcase businesses, because you'll have the opportunity to submit ads. There'll be swag bags, but we'll also be doing digital advertising. And so you'll have opportunities to showcase your business. And it's going to be a real fun networking event. It's going to be real unique. Oh, the Devos, okay. Cynthia said the Devos are welcome, too. We got the Divas for the girl and the Devos for the guys.
Right.
So I just want to keep out the spirit of support. And in that, before we close out, I want to remind everybody we got 3 announcements going, and I know there are a lot more. And so I'm not overlooking anyone. I just really pull them up as I can. But there, some things we really want to get behind. Cairo Queen, who's just a queen to everybody, and she's a queen to the Urban Tech Fair. She's also the Atlanta Urban Tech Fair city leader. And Cairo is launching her Taste of Technology at the Microsoft store in the Lenox Mall, right outside of Atlanta. It's the Atlanta area, the greater Atlanta area. That happens on Monday, July 21st, tomorrow. Now, it will be taped live, so we'll be able to tune in. They're going to be doing a live studio audience. I think it's streamed live. Cairo's not here. I know she's mad busy right now because she's getting ready for tomorrow. I think it's going to be streamed live, but just check it out. If you have questions, go to urbantechfair.org, click on join, and we'll make sure we get a blast out. We'll do another blast out tomorrow. But you can, any questions, go to Cairo Queen, QWEEN, @gmail.com. But if you just Google Taste of Technology, Microsoft Linux Mall, or Taste of Technology, Cairo Queen, the event will come up. Because it's on Facebook, it's on Google. So the event will come up. You'll be able to find it. And please support it by, tuning in. Share it with your Atlanta audience. If your Atlanta network, just share it to extra people. Please go out, network, support. And then we have August the 5th through the 12th. It's Race to Innovation, and that is the 38th annual BDPA National Convention. So, it's going to be a hot convention in Indianapolis, so it's Race to Innovation, and they have a ball. I mean, everything is going on. They have the students, the adults, they have fun, just socializing, everything. But national conventions are generally off the chain, and you will meet people that you would never, ever meet at any other time at these national conventions. So the opportunity for learning, networking, and just socializing is really, really great and optimal. And see some of these young people in these great challenges, they're giving away scholarships, just everything is going on. So just visit bdpa.org and learn about the convention and see if you can make it out there. And that's in Indianapolis. And then in September, I think it's the last weekend in September, is Urban Tech Weekend, urbantechweekend.com. And that's a weekend that's part of another organization. It's the MBITLO. I'm not sure if that's the acronym, but and if you that's there. It's another great organization doing great things in our community, training our youth, adults, opportunities for tech professionals to network and to serve the community. And they're going to be doing some great coding and exercises and activities with young people during that weekend. So just go to www.urbantechweekend.com. If you go there, you can learn more about that. So those are just 3 things on the list. If you have any announcements or anything you'd like us to share, just send it to info@urbantechfair.org, and we're going to work on getting a tech event list going. So we have like 9 more minutes, and so we're going to let you close out. What closing statement would you like to make for us? Oh, gosh, before we close out, I just want to say to everyone, we sent out an e-blast this morning where the email was incorrect. We sent out a correction e-blast this evening, but Candy Best Newsome, she is the wife of Jim Newsome. She is asking for the Urban Tech Fair family's help. And she's asking if you guys could just help. They want to do a protocol, but it is outside of the insurance, and they need to raise $3,000. So if we all just give a little, it will go a long way. All you need to do is go to PayPal.com and send money to J Newsome, that's NEUSOM, @yahoo.com. And make sure you check friends and family. Then that way no fee will be deducted. So whatever you can donate is appreciated. I just wanted to make that announcement before we closed out. And, Jason, can you give us your closing thoughts?
Yeah, sure. Well, first off, I want to thank you again, Jacqueline, for having me on tonight. I really appreciate, both that and all your wonderful, extremely professional help, helping me pull these things together. I want to also thank the many listeners out there for tuning in tonight, and I thank you in advance for your support, and really hope to see you, at the event or during the hangout, and encourage you, just like Jackie did, to go to www.jasonamore.com and learn more about me and find out information about the event and get the book.
Okay. So just thank everyone for listening in. Now, we took a schedule change because we normally would have been here next week, but we're going to go on a little summer break. But we do have a show we'll be doing in August. I think that is August, not August 2nd, but we got August 9th will be our next show. So August 9th is our next show. You'll learn about the guests. I don't have the schedule in front of me. And then we're going to come back in September. We're going to, take a little vacation break and come back in September. And just one more announcement, the other side of hip-hop, that is going to be rescheduled from the 28th of July until September. We're going to come back with that in September because we are looking to partner with a sponsor on that. And that is part of our solution that we're looking to come up with. So Jason's going to help me out with that. He's going to help us in getting our structure and backbone built for our app for the Urban Tech Fair. So we're looking at a sponsor who we would like to be part of that because since that next show is about solutions, rather than just presenting ideas, we think we're at the point now we can maybe actually present an actual backbone. So we're going to move that to September. And I say to everyone, have fun. Continue to support one another. Keep being the phenomenal people you are. Come to the Urban Tech Fair and join and learn how you can participate. We are looking for movers and shakers and people really ready to be the difference in their community so that we can start launching Urban Tech Fairs across the cities. But thank you to all of our Urban Tech Fair city leaders, Cynthia, Cairo, Enid Doggett out in D.C. We have Eileen Gaston for Philadelphia, and Lazone Gray out in Kansas City, German Shannon L. in Jacksonville, Florida. So these are just a few of ours that'll be launching at the end of 2014 and into 2015. So thank you so much for listening in, and we'll see you on August the 9th. Have a great weekend and enjoy your summer.